Emily Green. I'm a team member of the East Coast Carry the Load Relay, and I just want to welcome y'all to the virtual rally with JPMorgan Chase. We've had an amazing journey since the last time you saw us in Manhattan, and the rain hasn't slowed us down, and we're live here from Wilmington. You see, we've got our car in the back. We're right over here by our bus, and our team members are behind me. I just want to make sure that y'all get out and carry the load anywhere following today's rally. The national relay is also happening in person this year. So following our virtual rally, go to carrytheload.org/Memorial May and see where you can join. To begin this virtual relay, would you please join us for the National Anthem performed by Paige of JPMorgan Chase, Wilmington.
Hello, everyone. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave.
Thank you, Kat, for that great performance. Next, I would like to welcome Don Mell of Delaware's Market Site Lead with JPMorgan Chase.
Hi, everybody. And just before I start my remarks, I just wanted to add a little personal note here. For those of you that don't know, I was not in the service. However, and it was a lot younger then, I did cover the Marines deployment in Beirut in the 1980s for the Associated Press, and I actually ran the DoD press pool in Dhahran, Saudi Arabia during the first Gulf War. So I feel like I'm with family today. So anyway, I just want to say that, you know, over the past 7 years, I personally and many of my colleagues have looked forward to the first week in May where we hold our Carry the Load rally. And it's really a special moment for us because it brings employees, families, and our friends together in recognition of fallen veterans and first responders. And, oops, sorry. You know, every year our Chase family comes together to support and recognize many who have sacrificed so much more than many of us. And it's always amazed me to see how much our commitment has grown every year. And with that said, I mean, we started out, I think, 7 years ago with several dozen of us involved, and we've grown now to 2 years ago, we had over 1,000 employees, families, friends that marched through Wilmington, Delaware, and it was a really incredible sight. I should mention also just that we really our commitment is also in the area of hiring. We helped launch the Military and Veterans Affairs 100,000 jobs missions. And basically we partnered with other companies around the countries to make sure that veterans had access to the resources they needed to find jobs and reskill themselves as they entered the corporate work, the corporate work environment from the military environment. And the great thing about that coalition was, if we identified a veteran who, that we realized their skills would be better suited for a different company, or if another company felt that that veteran's skills were better suited for JPMorgan Chase, then we would communicate. Our HR departments were communicating each other. So it's been a great networking experience, I think, and on many levels. And I guess in less than 2 years, 100 companies had signed up to be part of that initiative. And that has grown now to a much larger program. And I think, it's something that's really been a sustainable effort. And I think that really is important, because a lot of times we get into situations where, people grab onto a subject, and then when the focus goes somewhere else, everybody kind of just forgets it and leaves it behind. And I believe that the commitment has always been here and very consistent and sustainable. And that really is that's key. And I think a lot of that has to do with the veterans in our workplace that have really been leaders in this respect. We've also committed $30 million to the Institute for Veterans and Military Families, and that's a program to help veterans and their families build, again, skills, professional certifications, whether it's IT, Six Sigma, HR, data analytics, you name it. I think that the other thing that I wanted to mention is, again, our Military Pathways program, which is a great kind of a rotational program where transitional veterans come directly into our talent tech pipeline and get mentoring and other benefits that really help their careers. And in addition to that, we've made a $3 million investment to Bunker Labs to promote and incubate veteran-owned businesses. And I remember going to the Philadelphia Bunker Lab when we kicked that off, and that was a great event. I'm really sorry that we can't be together in person today and see a sea of blue Sarah Lammers Good Works t-shirts and American flags walking through the city of Wilmington, and with wearing our pride on our shoulders. But we know that the load must still be shared, and next year I look forward to walking with all of you again through the streets of Wilmington. And in the meantime, I hope you can take some time off this month to think about those loved ones who have been lost in service to our nation and help carry the load that they've shouldered. And again, this is a very important event that really kind of brings us together. And I'm already thinking about ways that we can really kick butt next year and make it a very, very special return to what this event has become. And with that, I will turning the mic over back to our MC. And thank you very much for letting me speak today. I feel very honored, and I really appreciate it.
No, thank you. We also appreciate it. And I just want to say thank you for joining the mission as well. Next, also joining us from Wilmington from JPMorgan Chase is Army combat veteran Puja Ghosh.
Hi, I'm Puja, and I work in CCP Digital, working on experimentation and optimization. I served in the Army from 2007 to 2015, and I did deploy to Iraq during that time, and I'm also a treasurer for the Mid-Atlantic Vets BRG. Memorial Day is a somber time for some of us, and rather than firing up the barbecue, it's a time to pause and remember the fallen so that they're not forgotten. because if we do not carry them with us, then who will? It's a time to remember their smiles, their jokes, their mannerisms. It's a time to reflect on our lives and make sure we are living it in a make sure we're living with meaning and intent to honor them. So I wanted to tell a few quick stories. While I was deployed, my unit ran the downed aircraft recovery team, and I was the nighttime battle captain, so the person in front of all the computer screens with all the radios. And we got a call that an aircraft had hit the power lines and crashed during a night flight west of our location. As the protocol goes, personnel recovery team went out and identified that neither the pilot or co-pilot had made it. The names are never given out at the time because they want to make sure that the family is properly notified. But the aircraft that went down was part of the unit that I had been in the previous year, so I knew very high chances that it was a friend. And later we found out it was CW2 Earl Scott and CW2 Matthew Heffelfinger. And these are people that I had worked with, joked with, I also carry with me CW2 Blaine Hefner and CW2 Bryce Millward, who were maintenance test pilots. Maintenance test pilots, when an aircraft comes out of maintenance, they take it for a flight, they try all the maneuvers, they test everything top to bottom to make sure that aircraft is good to go. And this was before we deployed. We were still in Hawaii, getting ready to go to Iraq, the second event. And that maintenance test flight did not go the way it should have. And they had a hard landing on the airfield. And they also did not make it. And I think what I always take from that incident is tell your loved ones that you love them. If you're missing a friend, call them. Because sometimes people go to work and they do their regular tasks, but they do not come home. And so all of these gentlemen were fantastic human beings. They were the type of guys that would help you out in a pinch. They had your back. And they felt compelled to answer a call of service. And they deserve for all of us to remember them and for us to carry them with us. And so thank you to the Carry the Load team for the work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Puja, for first your service and sharing those stories. You had a phenomenal reflection about what Carry the Load is all about, and I look forward to sharing that throughout my first experience on the relay, and I really appreciate that. We are also joined today by Dan Brunsheimer, Marine Corps veteran and a secretary and treasurer for one of Carry the Load's nonprofit partners, Custodes Libertatis.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan Runzheimer, and I really appreciate you all giving me an opportunity to share a little bit about who I'm carrying this Memorial May. Thank you to all the volunteers and the staff of Carry the Load. This is a thankless job to put together this incredible relay all over the country. So thank you to all of us that are, on behalf of all of us that are participating and all of us as nonprofit partners that are benefiting from your work. We formed the Custodes Libertatis Foundation in 2016, about 10 years after our class graduated from the Naval Academy. We were the first class that entered post 9/11, and subsequently, many of us spent time on deployments to Iraq, Afghanistan, and other places in the world. And 10 years later, we felt that one of the ways we could help carry the memory and honor the memory of those fallen from 9/11 forward from the Naval Academy was to form an education scholarship foundation to provide grants for trade, technical schools, undergrad and graduate programs to the children of the fallen, whether it was through combat or a training mishap, serving in the line of duty, or even post-military service as a first responder. So we're a very small organization. We usually serve about 6 families a year on these education grants. And so for us, Carry the Load is an important opportunity for a few reasons. One, our families, some of them, we never actually meet them in person because they're spread all over the country and we're an all volunteer small team. So Carry the Load gives a chance for our families, our recipients, to participate in an enormous national relay with other people honoring those that have fallen. The second piece is that this gives our organization a chance to raise funds in a way that would be totally unachievable for us as a small nonprofit. And as a result of Carry the Load support, we're fortunate to be one of those 50 or so nonprofits that's able to access a national audience, as well as learn from a lot of other nonprofits who have gone before us. The last piece for us, and the most important piece, is really, this is a great opportunity for us to visibly honor and remember our shipmates beyond our mission focus, because this gives us a platform to be out, to be visible, to share those stories in a way that we would never be able to achieve on our own. I'm carrying the fallen shipmates from the Naval Academy graduating classes of 1980 through today, and I'm appreciative of the opportunity to speak. I hope everybody has a great relay.
Thank you so much. And I just want to thank each of you, Kat, Dawn, Puja, and Dan, for joining us today. And thank you for tuning in from Wilmington's virtual rally. We invite everyone to come out and join the relay as it passes through your town, and walk through your community if you can by carrying it anywhere. Don't forget to register and donate today by going to carrytheload.org/register. And we will see you down the road. Who are you carrying?